Hi, my name is Elias and welcome back for daily Formula 1 news. Azerbaijan versatile street circuit, partly due to its long straight and many 90-degree turns, need to be a huge problem for Red Bull, but Singapore turned into debacle late season. Verstappen and Perez were eliminated in Q2 and did not compete for victory. Even the dominant Rb20 could not function around the Marina Bay street circuit. This year's big problem is that Red Bull needs to find a balance against the current package, a struggle that has been going on for a month, if not close a year. No matter what the team tried in Italy, nothing worked. As soon as a balance problem in the front was solved, it affected the rear and vice versa. Red Bull will therefore travel to Azerbaijan and Singapore without a great deal of confidence, and certainly not as favorites. Despite high hopes for their latest developments, the team were left struggling for peace in Monza, with Verstappen only able to improve from 7th on the grade to 6th place finish, crossing the line nearly 38 seconds behind the race winner Charles Leclerc. Marco reflected on the team's missteps through the season, highlighting the unpredictability of the car's behavior as a key issue. Marco said it just reacts unpredictably. One comment is understeering, then it's oversteering, and the entrance of corner is unstable under braking. There are so many factors contributing to this problem. At some point, with the updates, we lost the balance and with that, the ability to move the car quickly. The decision to implement significant upgrades aimed to boosting the car competitiveness appears to have backfired. According to Marco, the Rb20 lost its balance, resulting in lack of confidence for the drivers and ultimately hampering their ability to extract the car's full potential. The disappointing result has prompted Red Bull to resist their approaches moving forward. Marco revealed that the team has already begun to reverse changes made to the car in effort to regain their competitive edge. Max Verstappen warned that Red Bull must change the whole car to compete in Azerbaijan GP, but Helmut Marko holds out hope for the Red Bull team. He looks back to the previous experiences in Baku. A lot needs to change about the Red Bull racing Formula 1 car, and fast. Helmut Marko admits that the team has taken a wrong turn somewhere. He said, "In Baku, we were always competitive, but this time it will be crucial how quickly we can get desired balance back into the car. If we can do that to some extent, we should be in better shape for Azerbaijan GP." The external advisor wrote in his column of Speedweek, Perez is the most successful driver in Baku F1 history, scoring 115 points. The next best is Lewis Hamilton with 85 points. And if Verstappen gets a car he can reasonably fight with, then his extra class will come to the fore. Whilst third place finish for her nearest championship rival should come as a relief for Verstappen, he left Monza with a pessimistic view of Red Bull's situation. The Dutchman was as far as to guess that Red Bull would not win another race again this season as the team looked to fix their issue for Baku. Team boss Christian Horner was equally confused by their poor performance and suggests that they cannot trust their wind tunnel when it comes to estimating their performance. Horner said, "If you dig into it, I think there were some of these issues early in this year. Even when we are winning races by 20-second recent upgrades, while we put a lot on the car, it's disconnected front and rear. We can see that our wind tunnel doesn't say that, but the track say that, so it's getting on top of that because obviously when you have that, it means you can't trust your tools. Then you have to go back to track data and previous experience." Red Bull is pretty open that it needs to kick-turn around the performance of its Rb20. It is not going to lose both Formula 1 championship this year, but saying what it wants is one thing, doing it's another, especially because it does not yet have a clear explanation on what has gone wrong. We can forget to wild conspiracy theories about the FIA asking for the device to be removed from its car. Instead, the Red Bull problems are all of its own making. While not definitive yet about what has happened, there was fascinating hint from team boss Christian Horner from Italian GP about a potential tiger from its woes. Red Bull has obviously become aware for the possibility of a wind tunnel correlation issue over the course of the last few races, has been testing out numerous parts for its update archive in order to find a winning solution that did not sacrifice too much performance, allowed to working through its issue. Red Bull has also been trying to improve the Rb20, which has resulted in a almost relentless development program with updates and reduced it every race apart from Austria and Belgium. Glazing through the timeline of updates since Miami, we can see how much of the Rb20 has been changing during that period, and how much of its program has been split between its long-term goal and short-term aims. The scale of changes make it clear that if there is some component that has triggered its wrong turn, it's going to be quite hard to work out what it is. For Red Bull, this appears to new theory too, as it has not really faced the issue that its rivals have in the past season. Its development hit rate has always been relatively good, yielding approximately what was expected. This means that now, not only does it have to learn how to deal with the current issue, but it also needs to understand what it happened, so that doesn't happen again in the future. Kai now is working out which of its tools reliable and can be trusted. Horner said, "It's not actually that when you have something not working on the car, you end up with different reading from your simulation tools and they don't converge, then you get 3 sets of data. You get CFD, you get the one tunnel, and you get track. Obviously the one that really counts is the track data, but to develop it, it's like telling the time with 3 different watches. You've got to focus on the tools that's going to give you the most valuable input, and of course the track data is the most reliable. The big question is how long will it take Red Bull to find the answer to this issue, and how much development work that has been done or is underway at its factory will need to be ditched because of it. Like others that have been in a similar situation, the consequence of spending time working through this can be severe. If a team devotes effort to gathering data from out parts to hunt down problems, it means its focus is not develop improvement that make it quicker. So if you also have rivals who are on upward trajectory, the performance disparity between you and them can become big. This is development latency that isn't visible but can be altogether damaging not only for the remainder of its campaign, but can be also implication going forward. Another factor that has not gathered much attention is that F1 has been through a portion of the calendar where Pirelli has increased the minimum tire pressure to match the load characteristic of circuits being visited. They can also push a car further away from its operating window, but it's mechanically or aerodynamically with both obviously also intrinsically linked with one another too. Team boss Horner is hopeful that Red Bull will come up with solution. I think the most important thing is to understand the problem. I think there are certain solutions that could possibly be introduced. Maybe not to solve the whole problem, but to address it part of it. We now have a 2-week period before Baku and Singapore, and then we have a mini vacation between Singapore and Austin, so this time is crucial now. Horner has been under pressure within his role of late, following accusation of alleged inappropriate behavior. Allegation he was cleared of following an internal investigation Red Bull have in Germany's year on off track, with their dominance over the sport diminishing and key member of their team, including design engineers Adrian Newey, departing. The championship dip in performance in recent events had assured McLaren is taking distance in the Constructors' Championship, with just 8 points keeping Red Bull at the top. Moreover, Lando Norris remains in contention for the driver title with 60 points gap between him and Verstappen. Let me discuss and share your reaction about Red Bull next upgrades for Baku and Singapore.